There's been some people that have been complaining about how Nick Saban's doing things on ESPN. He's got FCC's whining and crying, carrying on, throwing a fit. Like, for what? I mean, he's going to be Nick Saban. I mean, come on.
The thing is, this is all I'm going to say, and I have not followed that saga very closely on that topic, but this is all I'm going to say. When you are employed at a company, whether it's media or anything else, the one thing that, as long as it's not something that's like, egregious or anything, you need to let that person be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make them tone down their personality or make them alter their personality on screen, and what's coming out of their mouth is not truly how they feel or how they would present that that discussion, then you're ruining that person as a commentator, as a media person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Nick Saban is giving you his thoughts. Nick Saban is giving you how he feels. And if people are frustrated at it, and if ESPN's getting frustrated by it, then he doesn't need to work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Like again, there are lines that you shouldn't cross, and I'm not going to define those lines. It's not up to me to say, but most people know what lines should not be crossed. There's things that you can't or should not say, but most of it's fair game. And like I said, you should let their personality shine through. If Nick Saban is being honest and truthful with how he believes, I mean, you hired him to tell people what he feels about college football. Let him do it. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. Do not water it down. Do not tone it down and make Nick Saban commentate in a way that is not how he actually feels about college football. Because I feel like when I watch certain individuals, especially when I've watched them for a long time as commentators, and I watch their old clips versus now, they do not seem like the same person. They seem like a shell of their former selves. And it's like, is it just that they're not good commentators anymore? Like if they lost their touch, lost their fastball, or is it because of who they work for, not allowing them to be themselves anymore? That is what I don't like. I understand you sign a contract. Again, there are things that you should not do, lines that you should not cross, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. But if you're not crossing those lines and you're just being yourself, let that person who you hired be themselves in portraying the information they want to share. And if you can't do that, then you do not need to have that person as a part of your company. That's all I have to say.
Agreed. Because crying about Nick Saban cussing, come on, viewers. I mean, don't you have something better in your
Here's
life?
my thing about cussing. When I was a kid, and I growing up in the late 2000s, early 2010s, this is a little bit different era. It was more understandable for, as a kid, like a young kid, not to hear profanity. Don't watch movies that have profanity, stuff like that, because you could kind of control that. Obviously, you're still, when you go to school, you're going to hear kids say things that they shouldn't, because kids hear words, they're going to repeat them, then you repeat whatever. So they're you pick up on things you shouldn't pick up on, because that's just people being people, kids being kids, whatever. The difference with today, we got all this technology now. I mean, I can't imagine being a kid growing up now, a little kid, versus when I was born.
That would suck.
And so these kids are already exposed to crap that they should not see, right? On TikTok and on YouTube. And I mean, you've seen the scandals even on kids' YouTube, right? Of the content that is on there. Oh, this is for kids. This is Disney stuff. And it's people making fake animations of them, and it's adult junk. It's sick, right? So you see kids getting exposed more now than ever before to things that they should not see at a young age, because of parents just giving them free reign to look at tablets and phones as the age of 2 and 3, which is a joke, and it's terrible parenting. So kids probably at the age of 4 or 5 already know probably every cuss word. Might not know what it means, but they know every cuss word. Now, is that right? No. But if the thing that they're the most mad at is Nick Saban cussing on a college football show where the vast majority of viewers are adult males, I don't think there's really that much of a problem. You know, when I used to, I don't know if this happened with you, when I used to watch TV, you know, when I was a kid, and there might have been something on the TV, a word that you're not supposed to say when you're young. I was just told, if I was watching with other people, or if I was like, don't say that word, it's a bad word. Kind of like in SpongeBob. That's a bad word. It's number 11 out of the 13 bad words. Don't you mean there are only 7? Not if you're a sailor.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Patrick said this.
Mama Krabs. Yeah. Okay, I could quote that whole episode.
Oh,
I love Sailor Mouth. But, I mean, the thing is, though, is that's my point overall. It's like you were told, like, don't say this word.
Right.
And you just didn't say it. So, but it's like, why can't we have that now? Like, if you're a little kid and you're watching Game Day and Nick Saban says a bad word, it's like, you could just have mom or dad or family member or somebody, friend's parent, don't say that word. It's a bad word, you know?
I thought it was
I don't know.
hilarious.
I just feel like we live in a culture and society today where people want to neuter and tone down and cater to everything and to everybody. Yeah. Oh, don't do this, but you're exposing them to all of it anyway. Yeah. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Don't do these things, but we're going to expose you to it. Whereas back in the past, you weren't really exposed to it, and you just found out on your own, and then you decide whether you do. I don't know. It's just different. I know this isn't always like a one-size-fits-all type of situation, but again, I think that it all boils back down to people are just really soft sometimes with this sort of stuff. Oh, Nick Saban gonna, like, people mad at, like, complain about that. I mean, really? Like,
I thought it was hilarious seeing Nick Saban cussing on there.
It's great. I mean, we're adults, though. You know what I'm saying? We're adults. So, but I mean, again, if a kid's watching, all you have to do as a parent is be like, don't repeat that word.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that complex here. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's just
Corso. Like, it was like an 04, 05 episode.
Yeah, he said the F word.
The F-bomb, but I know he said the F-bomb the week before rivalry week in 2011 when Game Day was at SMU Houston. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little kid. I was watching it, and I remember it, and it was hilarious. But it was like, don't say that word. Okay. Yeah. You know, again, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
To me. Especially, again, when kids, which I think is wrong, but they're getting exposed to just so much trash and filth on the internet when they're kids, little kids. It's like, that's nothing. That's chump change. So, like I said, let Saban, let Lee Corso, let these people be themselves, or do not hire them to give their thoughts on college football. Don't do it. Because I don't want to see Nick Saban on ESPN or any media network anywhere. And if he's not being himself, if he's not being his authentic self and telling people how he feels, don't do it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything that has to be said out of Nick Saban's mouth about college football if he's not telling us how he feels, how he truly feels. If you're going to water it down, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because it's like, I think with like NBA, the inside the NBA being a part of technically ESPN next year, they're kind of like making sure that they can't water them down. So, because like if they can't water down Charles Barkley, which they don't need to be doing that anyhow, that's a bad move to do that.
Yeah, because it's a great show. I mean, like what makes it funny is the tomfoolery and shenanigans that they get into, and what makes that even less of a big deal to me with inside the NBA versus College Game Day with Saban. College Game Day with Saban's in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Again, don't water them down, but it's in the morning. Again, more kids are going to watch, but again, as a parent, be proactive and just say, don't say that word, right? Exactly. But with inside the NBA, that is on at night.
Yeah.
Sometimes like late at night. That thing will be on at 12:30 in the morning. What kid is up watching inside the NBA at 12:30 in the morning? You're not. I mean, most kids go to bed at 9, 8:30. I mean, let's back in our day, you're playing your DS in bed or something until midnight or whatever. But like other than that, you weren't up, right? I mean, now they're on their phone again, different era. And I'm aging myself, right? But you know what I'm saying though? It's like when you're a kid, you're not up watching TV at 12:30 in the morning. So it inside the NBA, I mean, I'm sure most people that are watching that are adults. And like I said, the shenanigans that they do on there is what makes the show funny. Makes it, a good show. I mean, is it always like the best commentary ever? Like, are they really critiquing the NBA game that much? No, but it's just they're just having fun. And so it's kind of like we do on here. We're just having fun talking Bama football, Bama basketball, and SpongeBob jokes and Powerpuff Girls and Gunsmoke. I mean, we're just having fun. I mean, and that's what they do. Like you're enjoying your job. And like that's a good thing. Don't take that away from them. Don't take away their fun.